Hi guys, in this video we're going to be painting the butterfly. So get your canvas out, have your paints ready. I've got mine on my plate. I've got 6 colors: the red, blue, turquoise, black, white, and bright yellow. So to start, I'm going to work on the background. I've got my brushes, I've got my jar of water. Sorry, I jumped ahead, but I'm gonna show you what you need first. Brushes and jar of water. And then, of course, you need a towel just to dry and clean your brushes out. For the background, I'm going to use my bigger brush. Mine are kind of dirty. I've been painting right along here today. I've gotten 3 other ones I did already. Probably should clean my water out, but I'm going to roll with it. So for the background, we're going to start around the outside of the butterfly just using a little bit of yellow. So just some yellow on our brush. And I'm going to just get in just kind of messy around. I'm going to be clean around my edges. But as I come up and out, I'm not really too worried about what that looks like. We're going to be layering red on top of this. So we don't want to go all the way to the edge, just a little bit. We'll get in here nice and bright yellow. I'm going to get in this little area nice and bright yellow. Be a little around the edge, not much. Down in here. Want nice bright yellow. Around my edge here. Kind of connect. So this and this is yellow. And around my bottom edge of this wing, excuse me. And in this little crack, get that nice and bright yellow. So I've left a little of my edge still just plain. And I'm gonna, with my dirty brush, just grab some red, and I'll start at the top, and I'm gonna work down and kind of overlap onto the yellow. So I've got nice bright red. And it's kind of gonna blend in with this yellow. So I'm overlapping. It's gonna kind of be an orangey color. And if your yellow is dry, you can just take yellow on your brush and just kind of force it to blend. So this yellow is gonna be all covered with your reddish color, reddish orange. And because that's dry, just taking yellow paint and making that red blend in. Probably should be using a smaller brush around my edges just to get that nice and clean. But the part of the body is going to be black, so that doesn't need to be perfect. Because we can paint right over top of it. Just trying to smooth out my brush strokes. A little bit more red. So I've got nice bright red up here, and as it overlaps, it kind of turns orange. So I'll come over here. I'm gonna get all this covered in red. And because this is dry, it doesn't really want to blend real well. So easy fix is just take yellow on your brush, put it right on top, and make it blend. So I still have a little yellow kind of where it was sloppy. When we paint the butterfly wings, we can cover that up. So this is dry, it's not blending. Again, just take your yellow right on top. And it helps make that orange. So I just got a little red on my brush and then yellow on my brush. A little more yellow so this blends. Trying to get in all those little wavy lines. So it's kind of streaky. It's okay. We'll go back in and kind of clean that up. So just worry about getting just a nice even coat. So now that this is all filled in, we want it to be dry before we go in with another coat. So I'm gonna blow mine dry. You just sit tight while it dries by air. If you have a blow dryer, great, grab it. If not, you just be patient and wait a little bit. All right, so that's dry enough to do another coat. I'll start again. I'm gonna use my bigger brush. And I'm gonna start with my red. I'll start up here, get a little bit more paint on. Just nice red, even coat. And as I come down here to where it's starting to turn orange, just take a little yellow on your brush and just go right on top with it, blending it through. So up here, we just have plain red. And then down here, it's more yellow, so just yellow on your brush. Helps make that orange. And this second coat just helps cover any like weird brush strokes you have, any of the canvas that's still showing, and it will help blend. So already mine looks a million times better just having that second coat. So I'll start over here again, just some red, and then yellow on my brush, and just blend that red. Make us a nice orange. So down here, I start with just red at the bottom. And I'll add yellow on my brush where it's turning orange. Get in all my little cracks. And then just smooth brush it down into the red. Red down here. And up in here a little red. And then I take the yellow on my brush. And I'm just gonna blend that red out until it kind of turns orange, and helps cover any like pieces of my canvas that are still showing, and helps fill in any places where I have some funky brush marks. So red paint, and then just yellow on your brush. And just spread it out, smooth it, get that red to blend in with that yellow. So the background is kind of like reddish orange. It's a little brighter around the edges and then kind of gets darker towards the top and bottom, outside edges. So we can clean out our brush. We've got our background done for now. And we're gonna start working on the butterfly. So the butterfly, we're going to be using the aqua, the blue, and some white. So just nice clean brush. I'm gonna do each wing kind of separately on its own. And I'm gonna start with the turquoise. Maybe a smaller brush. I'm gonna use my medium-sized brush. And I'll just start with my turquoise. The brush is kind of dirty. Let me just clean it out. So I'm gonna start with some turquoise. And I'm gonna do the inside of the wing like this. Kind of this middle part, and my strokes are just kind of radiate outward. I'm gonna clean my brush. No, I'm not gonna clean my brush. I'm gonna just take my dirty brush, dip it into this darker blue color, and I'm going to do the outside of the wing. So just be careful of your edges. And just kind of brush outward and down and meet the turquoise. So it just kind of loose right in here where it kind of meets this turquoise color. And we'll get this all filled in solid. So it's gonna be a little streaky and wonky right now. That's okay. We're gonna be blending it out better. We're just gonna work on just getting the paint on for now. So we get enough paint that's gonna cover this whole wing. Okay. So next, we clean out our brush. Well, we want that paint to be white, or not white, wet, goodness. Wet paint, so we gotta work fairly quickly. I'm going to just take white with my clean brush, and I'm gonna start here where I did the turquoise, and I'm just gonna brush out and back and forth and kind of blend those two together. So just some white paint and just back and forward, outward, and you can just brush it all the way up into the rest of the wing. So we're gonna be blending white through all of this. And just smooth out our paint. So once we finish this one, we're gonna just repeat these steps to do all of the wings. So we kind of lost a little bit of the turquoise color. Just take a little bit on your brush, a little just the turquoise, and you can just blend that back in. Maybe a little bit more white. Just nice long strokes blending out into the rest of the wing. So for the next wing, we start with our turquoise. We're going to blend it out. And then just take our blue color. We don't need to clean the brush, and we'll start on this end. And we're just gonna kind of meet the turquoise in there. And just get the rest of this wing filled in. So it's not real pretty right now. Once we get the white blended in, it looks a lot better. So that's good. That's enough paint. I'm gonna clean out my brush. And I'm just gonna be using white to blend those two colors together. So clean brush, white paint. I'm gonna start with my turquoise and kind of work outward. Until I just get all those colors just kind of blend and smush together. Make sure you get the whole wing blended with white. And if your paint did dry on you, it won't blend real well. The white will just lay on top. So just pick up more of the color you need. So if you, on this outside edge that I'm working on now, if the blue is dry, just grab a little bit more of your blue, put that on, and then you can get the white to blend with the blue on top. So that looks pretty to me. If you need to get a little bit more turquoise in the center, go ahead and just add a little bit more turquoise in. Beautiful. So I'll finish by doing the next two one at a time, same process. We got our turquoise here. Start next to the body. Just kind of radiate that color outward. Then at the bottom, we're gonna do the blue. And we'll go radiate upward so that those two colors meet. They kind of overlap into each other. I'm just gonna get this bottom part all filled in with the blue. And now I can take my white paint, clean out my brush. And with the white paint, I just blend out my turquoise. Go right over top, just back and forth. Into the blue. It's just back and forth, getting the colors to smush together and blend. And then just come all the way down with your white into this blue. This does get an outline at the end, so if your edges are kind of messy, that's okay. We're gonna outline the whole thing and I will help clean up those edges. So I just have one final wing to do. And again, same exact steps. We start with the turquoise down in here, and then we'll meet it with the blue on the bottom. So clean brush, turquoise paint. Just gonna come in, get this nice bit of turquoise in. I'm just gonna kind of radiate it out. And then down here, just take our blue and get my little edges and just fill it right in, get right up into that turquoise, kind of overlap. And then make sure you get all this filled in. Oops, that's a lot. So I've got pretty good coverage there. Next, I'm just gonna clean out my brush. And I can get into the white and then blend those two colors together. So with my white, just white on my brush. I'm gonna start here in my turquoise. I'm gonna push it down into the blue. So my turquoise is getting kind of dry. Might need to add a little bit more into that. But it might be all right. I'm just gonna come down into my blue, get this all smushed together. Try to do nice long strokes. So if you need to add a little bit more blue, maybe it's getting a little dry, go ahead and see, I just put a little bit blue on. Maybe darken that a smidge. And it blends right in, that wet white paint. And there. So next I'm gonna do the body, and we're just gonna paint that black. I'm gonna do the black body, and we're also going to do some outlining. So I'll start with the body. Smaller medium brush, just a little bit of black paint. Let's start with the head. So just a little black. And it's a little circle. I got sloppy, so I can just kind of fix my sloppy edges by going over onto that background color that I slopped. And then with the body, again, you can just kind of clean up edges if you need to. Overlap onto the wings just a little. With a nice thin coat of black. So next I can do my outline. I'll start over on this side here, and it's kind of thick, so you can use a bigger brush. Do a nice kind of thick outline, go right into the body. And I'm gonna come all the way down the edge of this wing and connect back to the body. Do the same thing, this wing. It's kind of a thick outline. And same with the other side, same exact thing, just kind of we're gonna do our thick outline right from the body. And do this one. Get the edge. And this bottom wing. All right, so I've got my butterfly outline. I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush and I'm going to put antenna on. So I'm gonna use like a long skinny liner brush, but any kind of small brush that you have will work fine. I've got this one here. And just using black paint, maybe add a little water in. So I just dip my brush into the water jar and then just stir. I'm just stirring a little water in. And I'm gonna put 2 antennae. I'll do one that goes this way, and then one that comes and goes the other way. Oops, that got a little weird. I pushed my brush down too hard. Oops, and then I just put my hand in wet paint. Okay, so next I'm going to be adding some white. So small to medium sized brush. I'm just gonna put some bright highlights into the wings. I'll just use my medium brush. Just a little bit of white paint, not much on your brush at all. And I'm just gonna brush some white paint that kind of just radiates out. Maybe a little more on this one. I want to be able to see it. And I'm going to do nice long ones because these wings are longer. There. I'm going to add a little highlight to the body. So just down the edge of the body. And with a smaller brush, my liner brush, the head is little. I don't want it to get too fat of a white line. So just with a little bit of white on the head, just a little bright spot there. Maybe we can come down here a little bit more. And I'll highlight the antenna. Just a little. Maybe now I can kind of fix my weird bit. Won't go away, but maybe I can make it look a little more normal. And just a little down the side. Perfect. I'm gonna add some little dots to the wings, just kind of in the black area. If you want to use the back end of your brush, I find that works really well. So just using the back of your brush, just dip it into some white paint. And up here, I'll put a couple little spots, just some little detailies. Maybe down in this little corner, we can add some. Just to give it a little more interest. Be down on this one. A little more paint. And on this one. Let's see, does she need anything else? I like that. The background, I think we're gonna add some spirals to. So I'm going to just use my skinny little brush. Maybe add a little water into my paint. Just dip my brush in some water. My water's filthy, but it won't show. So just water in my brush, stir it in. And that little bit of dirty water isn't gonna show up as anything other than white. So don't worry if your water is dirty like mine. And just throughout, I'm just gonna put some spirals in. And you could do something different shapes, circles if you want, maybe some little ones. I'm gonna run one off the edge. Wherever you want to put one. Big ones, little ones. I'll try to stick some that come behind the wings. I'm gonna stick my name right there, so I'll leave a little spot, put my name in, and done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. When you are finished, if you would please take pictures. I love seeing your finished work. Upload them to my Facebook page, Willy-Nilly. There is a pinned post at the top. You can just upload them there to share. Check out what everybody else has posted. That's a lot of fun. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Thanks.